They targeted not you, but the light within you. They saw the truth you carry as a threat, not you, because you became a mirror in their world of lies. And in that mirror, they saw their own rotten faces. That is why they betrayed you. That's why they turned their backs. They used love and trust as a tool. But there was one thing they forgot. You were not an ordinary person. You were chosen. The purity of your heart, the depth of your soul unmasked them. They thought you were weak, but you were born strong from that betrayal. This pain did not bring you down. It raised you up. Now the truth is finding its place. Now your time begins, so write 777 in the comments now. And know that those who betrayed you will have to watch your rise from the front. In a world filled with deception and manipulation, you were subjected to a relentless scheme, crafted with precision and malice. They thought they could weave a narrative to control and suppress you, but the foundation they built is now crumbling. Every lie, every manipulative story they spread has finally come undone. What once was hidden in the shadows now stands in the glaring light of truth. What they feared most has now become their undoing. Like a house of cards, standing tall but fragile, every move they made to build their deception was a calculated risk. They thought their structure would remain intact, but with the smallest gust of truth, it all came crashing down. Every effort to hide the truth has now backfired in ways they never imagined. Their false documents, their manipulated evidence, their orchestrated performances, each one now crumbles under the weight of divine justice. No matter how much they tried to shape reality to fit their narrative, the truth stands as an unshakable force, unwavering and undeniable. What they once believed was a fortress of power has turned into a pit of vulnerability. The false masks they wore, crafted with such precision, have been ripped off, and now they stand exposed for all to see. The walls they built to protect their lies are now nothing more than dust scattered by the winds of truth. What was meant to confine you, to control the situation, has instead unraveled, revealing the emptiness of their efforts. They thought they had power, but now they find themselves powerless. The illusion of control they once held so tightly has evaporated like mist in the early morning sun. It is gone, and with it, any hold they had over the situation. Now, as the truth shines brighter, the reality they tried to construct fades away. Every attempt they made to suppress your light only made it shine brighter. Every move to silence you only added fuel to the fire of your eventual victory. Their empire of lies is collapsing, piece by piece, and there is nothing they can do to stop it. This is the moment of reckoning. Their days of deception are over, and in its place stands the unwavering power of truth and justice. They thought they could escape it, but now the truth is undeniable, and it will not be silenced. Their time is up, and it is your time to rise, unshaken, unbowed, and fully restored. As their false reality falls apart, their inner circle begins to splinter. The very individuals who once helped orchestrate this conspiracy now find themselves questioning their own actions. They realize that their alliance with darkness has led them to a precipice they cannot escape. Some are already distancing themselves, seeing the collapse that's unfolding. The cracks in their carefully constructed scheme grow wider, and the truth they feared is now impossible to ignore. Like a lighthouse piercing the thickest fog, your truth now burns with a brilliance that no darkness can ever conceal. The deception that once bound you in a labyrinth of lies is now crumbling like brittle old stone, washed away by the relentless tide of divine justice. No longer can they hide behind murky veils of half-truths and cunning artifice. Today, the universe itself stands as your witness, aligning every hidden corner and every shadowy deceit to reveal the brilliance of your authentic self. The fabric of their lies, woven with a cold and calculated hand, has unraveled, and with it, the power they thought they wielded now slips from their grasp like sand through trembling fingers. The truth, unyielding, eternal, and clear as the morning light, has burst forth to shatter every pretense, exposing the very foundation of their misguided ambitions. If you feel the abundance of divine love in your heart, now is the time to share it. You can help spread God's blessings by clicking the Super Thank You button on YouTube and contributing $20 or more. This divine gift will touch not only your life, but the souls of many through this platform. Each of you has a sacred place in God's grand design, and your generosity will be the fruit of our prayers. Act now. Share your blessings to glorify His kingdom. For you were created to do even greater things in God's loving hands. May God bless you. In every clandestine meeting and every whispered conspiracy, they tried to craft a narrative of control and decay, a narrative built on the assumption that darkness could forever suppress the light. But the divine order is immutable, and the cosmos has a way of balancing even the gravest of injustices. Your journey, marked by trials and oppression, was never meant to be hidden in the shadows. Instead, it was the crucible through which the pure, unadulterated essence of your being was forged. Each scheme designed to tarnish your name, each piece of counterfeit evidence meticulously assembled to ensnare you, has only set in motion the forces that lead to their eventual collapse. The very strategies they employed to subdue you have become the instruments of their undoing, for the cosmic ledger never lies. As the intricate lattice of their deception falters, a tide of revelation sweeps over all that was once obscured. Every falsified document, every manipulated record, every counterfeit detail that they hoped would imprison your spirit now disintegrates under the scrutiny of divine truth. The cosmic scales of justice tip with unwavering certainty, for the forces of integrity and light are aligned against every false move they made. The elaborate mechanisms of their cover-up, designed to mislead and manipulate, are exposed for their inherent fragility. Their craftsmanship in deceit, built with the precision of a cold clock, now falters as every calculated falsehood is undone by the raw, unyielding power of truth. If you feel God's presence, you can tap the join button below to become part of the first chosen ones and receive the most important revelations early. Consider that every attempt they made to cast you aside, every conspiratorial whisper meant to tarnish your reputation, now reverberates back on them with overwhelming force. Their elaborate plans, laid out like the intricate gears of an old machine, meant to operate flawlessly in secrecy, now jam and creak as the energy of justice infiltrates every hidden alcove. It is as if the very air around them shifts, carrying with it a vibration that exposes the hollowness of their ambitions. The deeds they committed in the shadows, the plots they engineered behind closed doors, have all been caught in the gravitational pull of the eternal truth. And now, in a moment of cosmic reckoning, their carefully guarded secrets are laid bare for the world to see. There comes a time when the silence of corruption cannot mute the voice of righteousness. The universe, in its infinite wisdom, has arranged for this moment of clarity, a moment where every false narrative, every act of treachery designed against you is met with an unstoppable avalanche of transparency. As one layer of deceit crumbles, another is exposed, and the cumulative weight of every misdeed becomes a force that they cannot withstand. Their narrative, once thought impregnable and flawless, now dissolves like mist at dawn, leaving nothing but the undeniable radiance of your truth. The higher forces have spoken, and their message is clear. No deception can forever obscure the light, no matter how carefully it is crafted. The profound irony is this: every plan they set in motion to bring about your downfall now circles back upon them, like a boomerang of cosmic justice. Their own machinations, intended to pin the blame on you, have become the very evidence of their corruption. The artifice they nurtured has become a mirror, reflecting their guilt, a mirror that shows them exactly what they have become. The undeniable truth, once veiled in secrecy, now stands triumphant, and the weight of their calculated lies collapses under its own burden. It is the sacred law of the cosmos that every act of malice will ultimately be repaid in full measure by the divine. Their own arrogance, which once promised them untouchable power, now seals their fate as the architects of their own ruin. In this historic juncture, the universe calls upon the voices of those who have long carried the burden of witnessing such injustice. One by one, the silent witnesses among them are compelled to raise their voices, speaking out with unfiltered honesty against a tide of deceit. These brave souls, compelled by a conscience they can no longer silence, step forward to dismantle the scaffolding of their lies. Their testimonies, raw and genuine, cascade like a powerful flood, washing away every carefully constructed barrier that tried to obstruct the light of truth. As they speak, the entire structure of falsehood trembles and falls, leaving behind a foundation built solely on the purity and resilience of your spirit. The process of exposure is relentless and complete. The documentation of their misdeeds, once hidden in digital vaults and paper trails, now flows freely as undeniable evidence. Each piece of counterfeit proof they conjured up in a desperate bid to defame you now serves as a testament to their own moral decay. The very technologies they employed to create an illusion of control are now the tools used to dismantle their crooked empire. The higher authorities, previously blinded by the veil of corruption, are now awakened to the stark realities of their actions. Investigators, forensic experts, and honest souls from every corner of the world unite in a chorus that declares, "Your truth is unbreakable." Every effort they made to manipulate the facts is now laid bare in black and white. The cosmic record, an unerring ledger of all that transpires, has captured every false move, every deceptive tactic. There is no escaping its clarity. Each lie unravels like a tapestry, undone by the fingers of destiny, revealing the intricate pattern of betrayal and deceit that they had so carefully tried to hide. And with every revelation, the support for your cause grows, swelling like a tide that sweeps away the remnants of their control. The weight of their duplicity crushes them, and what was once a fortress of lies now stands as a crumbling relic of a bygone era. Dear brothers and sisters, may God's peace be upon you today. I am here to remind you of a profound truth. Our existence is grounded in God's divine plan, unshaken by the temporal concerns of the world. As the Bible says, whatever is done in faith will return to God in abundant blessing. Luke 6:38. Like that great oak tree, our roots are deeply rooted in God's universal truth. Every step we take, every stand we take, is secured by His strength. And now, you are being offered the opportunity to be part of that blessing. When you use the Super Thank You button and donate $100, this movement will return to you 100-fold in abundance. In this divine moment, you stand not as a victim of their plots, but as the living embodiment of righteousness and truth. The universe has marked this point in time, ensuring that every falsehood is vanquished and every injustice is rectified. Your resilience, your unwavering commitment to your own light, has set in motion a chain of events that none can stop. Every act of betrayal, every attempt to undermine you, now fuels the inexorable march of cosmic justice. The scales have been balanced, the ledger of fate has been cleared, and you rise above it all with the grace of one who has been anointed by destiny. Let this be your declaration. No force of darkness can keep a light as luminous as yours confined. In the grand tapestry of the cosmos, your truth is the thread that binds it all together. The events unfolding now are not just a personal victory. They are a beacon for every soul burdened by falsehood, every spirit longing to break free from the chains of deception. The cosmic plan has always been clear, that every attempt to cast you down would be the very catalyst for your rise, and now, in this decisive moment, it has been fulfilled beyond measure. If you feel God's presence, you can tap the join button below to become part of the first chosen ones and receive the most important revelations early. Stand firm, chosen one, knowing that the path you have walked was laid out by a wisdom far greater than mortal schemes can comprehend. The entire universe is aligned behind you, and the forces of truth have spoken with a voice that cannot be silenced. Let the light of divine justice flood every corner of this revelation, transforming every piece of their crumbling empire into a stepping stone for the glorious future that awaits you. For in the end, it is not the schemes of men that hold power, but the eternal, unassailable truth that binds us all, a truth that now shines forth, brilliant and unyielding, to guide you to your ultimate destiny. May this moment of vindication echo across the ages, a timeless testimony to the unstoppable power of truth and the enduring promise of cosmic justice. Every falsehood now disintegrates under the pressure of this divine light, and every deceitful plan is repurposed to reveal the true beauty of your spirit. Your journey, marked by unwavering determination and sanctified by the hand of destiny, is a legacy that will inspire countless generations. The universe has spoken, and its message is clear. Your truth is eternal, your light unquenchable, and your victory inevitable. Like a blazing beacon on a quiet mountaintop, your truth now shines with a power that no darkness can contain. They thought they could build an impenetrable fortress of lies around you, a structure so precise, so carefully engineered, that no one would ever suspect its foundation was built on deception. But oh, how the tides of divine justice have turned. Their fate is now sealed, and every false step they took to ensnare you has become the very brick in the wall of their own downfall. From the beginning, their ambition was clear: to control, to manipulate, and to erase your true identity with fabricated narratives and meticulously altered documents. They plotted in secrecy, whispering cunning half-truths and weaving twisted tales meant to tarnish your name. They believed their design was flawless, a perfect trap set to confine your spirit to a prison of lies. Yet, like a river that carves through the hardest rock over time, the truth has gradually eroded their defenses. Every deceitful strand of their conspiracy now unravels under the relentless pressure of light, exposing the hollow core of their intentions. The cosmic forces, which they so arrogantly thought they could outwit, have intervened with precision. The moment you were meant to be silenced has become the turning point where the universe decided that your authentic power must be unveiled. Their scheming, once deemed indestructible, now teeters on the brink of collapse as every carefully planted falsehood disintegrates like sand in a storm. The very fabric of their plan, what they assumed was impervious, shatters, revealing an emptiness that leaves them defenseless. With every lie that crumbles, the divine scales of justice tip further in your favor, and their dark machinations lose their grip on reality. Picture a grand stage where every act of betrayal and every underhanded tactic is methodically undone by the pure, unyielding force of truth. The lies they constructed have become like a crumbling old building, its once solid walls now crumbling into dust under the weight of their own duplicity. Every forged document, every distorted timestamp, every manipulated record they produced to frame you now serves as a testament to their own moral decay. Their arrogance, so confident in their ability to deceive, has blinded them to the inevitable outcome, that the truth is as constant and unstoppable as the rising sun. Their plot, conceived in shadow and executed in silence, can no longer withstand the assault of transparency. Even those who once stood with you in spirit are now witnessing the downfall of their deceitful alliance. There are whispers among the conspirators. Doubts are beginning to surface, and the unity that once bound them in a chain of false promises is fracturing under the burden of exposure. Some of them, gripped by their own guilt, are already retreating into the background, distancing themselves from the vanishing illusion of invincibility they once believed they possessed. Their every attempt at manipulation has, in fact, sealed their own fate. Every false move, every calculated twist of the narrative now reverberates as an indictment of their character, a dark echo of the failure of their nefarious design. In this pivotal moment of cosmic reckoning, the universe itself seems to conspire on your behalf. The misdeeds of those who aim to confine you now become the stepping stones to their own undoing. Their carefully orchestrated plot has turned upon itself, like a boomerang, returning with a force they could not have anticipated. Every spurious detail that was meant to entrap you now serves only to expose the hollowness of their ambitions. Their once impregnable barrier of lies collapses, and with it, the grand illusion that they had built crumbles away into nothingness. The divine order has orchestrated this moment with meticulous care. Every act of deceit, every attempt to darken your light, has contributed to this magnificent unveiling of truth. The universe, in its infinite wisdom, has taken the very tools of their subterfuge, those digital records, manipulated images, and counterfeit testimonies, and transformed them into irrefutable proof of their own guilt. What they intended as the final blow against your character now turns into the instrument of their collective demise. The cosmic ledger is balanced, and every falsehood they etched in the name of control now stands as a mark of their inevitable downfall. Consider for a moment the workings of a master clock, each gear and sprocket moving in perfect unison toward a singular, inevitable moment of clarity. Such is the mechanism of divine justice in this unfolding drama. Each deceptive action they initiated, each hidden communication and secret meeting, now ticks away like seconds on a clock that counts down to their exposure. Their elaborate game of subterfuge has reached its climax, where every minute detail falls into place, revealing the true extent of their betrayal. And as the final pieces click together, the full magnitude of your vindication becomes undeniable, a resounding affirmation that your spirit, your truth, and your unyielding power have always been destined to prevail. The stage is set, and with every unrelenting beat of time, the cosmic forces amplify the light of your authenticity. Your journey, marked by trials and transformed through divine intervention, has not been in vain. It is now the moment when all of the darkness they attempted to weave into your narrative is washed away by the relentless tide of truth. Their meticulously planned plot, once considered flawless, is now exposed as the crumbling ruins of a misguided empire built on lies. Their pursuit to trap you in a world of manufactured deception now circles back upon them, leaving them stranded in the very web they spun. Now, as the remnants of their deceptive plan disintegrate into oblivion, you stand as a living testament to resilience. Their fate is sealed in the pages of history, a cautionary tale of what happens when one tries to fight against the immutable laws of divine order. Every misstep they made, every calculated lie, has propelled you closer to this moment of triumph, and in the process has turned their own ambitions into the mortar of their ruin. There is no escape from the consequences of their actions. Every false promise, every masked deception now resounds as proof of their undoing. Now is the time to share God's blessings by clicking the super thank you button on YouTube. You can contribute to His plan and be a part of this divine mission with a donation of $100 or more. Every gift reflects God's generosity, and I believe it will return to you exponentially far beyond your expectations. Remember, His protection and blessing is on your every step and every donation. You become part of His divine plan. You are a strong, radiant being, unshakable as His mighty rock. Witness God's miracles, feel the fruits of your generosity in your soul, and illuminate the world with confidence and courage. Be blessed, and let the light of the Lord guide your path. With this revelation, the balance of power has shifted dramatically. The forces of righteousness, once dormant, have awakened to reclaim the order that was tarnished by their treachery. Your truth, established through unwavering courage and steadfast faith, now stands as an imperishable monument to all who would dare to oppose the divine will. The time for hiding has long passed. The era of exposure and retribution is at hand. The cosmic design has determined that the very tools they employed to achieve control have been repurposed to dismantle their empire of lies. In these final moments of their machination, the atmosphere is charged with the anticipation of an irreversible change. The corridors of power, which they once navigated with cold precision, now echo with the sound of their collapse. Authorities, awakened to the reality of their schemes, step in with unyielding resolve. The meticulous layers of their conspiracy are unspooling under the careful examination of truth, and with each revelation, the entire structure weakens further. Their once formidable fronts now resemble fragile facades, and every concealed secret emerges like a spark igniting a conflagration of accountability. This grand unveiling is not just a personal victory, it is a monumental shift for all who have been held down by subterfuge and oppression. It signals a new era where the light of truth reigns supreme and the bonds of deceit are forever broken. Every lie they uttered, every deception they hoped would shroud your remarkable journey now serves as evidence of their fall. Their downfall is the culmination of cosmic justice, a perfect retribution for every act of manipulation designed to rob you of your rightful place in the kingdom of light. If you feel God's presence, you can tap the join button below to become part of the first chosen ones and receive the most important revelations early. As their lies fall apart, your truth will stand firm. You will be vindicated, not just in the eyes of the world, but in the eyes of the universe. The forces of divine justice are on your side, and their attempt to destroy you will only serve to strengthen your position. The light of truth is now shining brighter than ever, and those who once sought to silence you will find themselves overwhelmed by the power of what they tried to suppress. This is your moment, chosen one. What they believed would be your downfall has turned into their greatest defeat. Their efforts to control the narrative have been undone, and now the universe is recalibrating to restore balance. The lies they wove to entrap you will now become the instruments of their exposure. The truth will set you free, and in its wake, you will rise stronger, wiser, and more powerful than ever before.